What's our piece? Yeah. No, we're starting. Yeah. It's on.
It's on.
Oh. Art is to share. Art is necessary to bring the art for outside the museums. I like the idea of having art confronting with nature. Mm-hmm. Why not? Mm-hmm. I think it's absolutely important. I want to create a garden of sculptures. Mm-hmm. It will be the first one in Angola, and I'm very happy that this project could go away. And because I think art is to have a participation, have challenging all the time, being having some interesting projects.
António is famous for his artistic explorations of peripheries and of margins, and for his questionings and rearranging of found objects and of stranded goods. Like an archaeologist, António explores the remnants and the material traces of slavery and colonialism, of forced labor and of civil war, which constitute, as the title says, hidden pages in the history of Angola. He combines and juxtaposes true archival records with other objects fallen in oblivion to create new layers and new readings for history. Art against amnesia, art as a strategy to link between the past and the present, art as a medium for returning the repressed.
okay, maybe this week we are concentrating in the working in installing some more, and then let's maybe the other week start maybe going to some kind of finding interesting stuff. No, you know okay, maybe this time it will be not a wall. You know what I mean? I like the idea of building a sculpture, you know, with junkyard. You know, unfortunately, I don't think it's in the internet, but in Washington, I created 5 sculptures. Very nice. One is like a pyramid, very thin, round. So in we are, it's possibility to see this from the top and so on. And then, okay, behind this is a fountain. It was uncovered. But then I disposed the sculpture. That one here. And then the other ones like here, one here, another one here, and one here, and one here. And this is the beginning of something that Chokwe uses. And Karen said, oh, you made an interesting thing here. But I said, oh, you are telling me this. I'm very glad you but I didn't put this intentionally. I just have 5 pieces.
Yeah.
3 is not good to replace this round circle. And so I think from the top you see this Chokwe cross. And for me it was really interesting.
So I heard that you plan to introduce material that you found in Bayreuth into your art. What are you planning to do?
Well, first of all, I think I work so much with this kind of materials that society rejects and put in trash. I think it's quite interesting. I work with that in so many places in the world, from New York to Chicago, Germany, Berlin. And I think it's quite interesting because, first of all, many times you don't have to pay anything. It's very cheap material. And I found interesting working with this, I don't know why, but this part of my development. And I worked before with kind of structures that would provoke people about the poverty in many places in the world, from Africa to Latin America. And I love to use these very humble materials, you know. This is why I'm doing it again in Bayreuth and putting together a kind of structure that I call domestic structures, and that will be part of the show.
2 drehen.
Ja, ich dachte auch erst, das sind 3, aber das ist auch nicht.
Das sind 6.
Das sind 6, ne?
Genau.
You know, men's momentania do second, the black one, you know. Okay. No, but this is, I think, the question is, we can't concentrate all the big ones with the, no?
No.
This was in Algarve. And this is what? The small ones? See, they have it. I was almost sure. Listen, this might be.
They were on the bottom of the box.
This is what I said. I love this small one. But maybe if you guys, I think makes sense to put
The ones we produce now, they are like this in the whole.
No, this is the first one, the first edition. And I think it will work so well. Look at this. I like this. The size is very much interesting. You know, some parts in Germany know about this exhibition. You know?
I also have not seen them yet.
Look at this.
It's the first
Yes.
site.
It's very nice. In 1973, this is the rip. This does not mean that it's not happening again now, but you know, we are worried about other questions. You know, this picture, we will have to organize this very well, and I hope you keep. Oh, look at this old man! I like it very much. So this is also pictures for Nairobi.
We can.
You don't think? And this is bomber, suicide. What? Suicide bomber.
Suicide bomb, okay.
Suicide killer.
It's just that, for me, it's like this man who is peeping, or not man, this image, it's like a spirit that is peeping into your window and you don't know what it is. And you just have this thing that has like a Dracula, it is there, coming and looking through into one's life. Because I removed the background because, this background it's very good, of course, but when I close in on this guy, I feel like getting to deal with the spirit of the man, the spirit that he's got, it's a bit scary in a way, it's a bit like a cheetah. I picture like an animal coming to disturb my thinking. So yeah, stop there.
I have on Dumbo here, the tape.
And we thought of showing it.
Oh, well, in a little monitor or so, because this is great interesting. It's like a road movie because they start shooting in Windhoek. We are in a great hotel, and then we have a little bus, put everybody together, and went from Windhoek to this place, 50 kilometers from Swakopmund, and we rest isolated in the middle of nowhere. Nothing happened. Only uranium mines and we two working in this school. It's a quite amazing thing. It's also very exciting because I'm bringing here a kind of reflection on modern history, and particularly the one that deals with the forced labor in colonial time. Actually, I think that part of my work is pretty much about post-colonial discourse. That I think people, normally have the tendency to forget, and I don't want to forget. I just want to remind people, and then we can be partial for the future with these issues released and reflected already. This is why this is one exercise I made some years ago, but it's the first time that it is being in German.
Sometimes when I look at these things, they have such power and energy that it's a bit overwhelming because I always have this imagination that sometimes dead things and stones have a life, but they're so powerful that they don't care about what we think. They don't feel pain, perhaps. And for me, it's sort of a submission that this thing has got power over me, you know. And even for me to look at it from that angle, which I'm a bit lower, it's looking at me and with no. But over time, I think if I look very much, then I may start sort of having some kind of conversation or communication with it, you know.
Okay, now let's start with the next spotlight, right?
It's called this next.
Let's see.
Man kann es kurz, vielleicht eine Stunde oder was? Ja, 20 Minuten. 14 Minuten.
Da liegt was drauf, vorsichtig gucken. I just go to print something that I'm like, yeah.
Okay. You know that? No, it's okay. This is not bad.
The color is so rich, it's very heavy, it's very good, yeah?
picture.
Yes. So it's quite interesting. I want to have a special idea when you go to the
I love the
just-
mysteries.
yeah.
Just going to pick up things
And
that
pick up.
I feel my intuition or my feelings
Yeah.
can relate,
Yeah.
and from that point is where everything begins.
Yeah.
I'm not preview too much. The only preview is to go to the junkyard and find some interesting materials.
Yeah.
Just construct a few pieces, and actually we are in the mood to do 3 site specifics.
Yeah.
So one is by far, it's kind of domestic sculptures, what I can call domestic landscape or domestic. It's from daily life, people's daily life,
Yeah.
what I enjoy very much. Because society put all these elements to the trash, and then we can recuperate and
Yeah.
so beautiful things with
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
This is what
Yeah.
my premise is.
Yeah, okay, I understand. I see. It's really exciting.
The title is Domestic.
Structures. It's very experimental.
That was the idea.
Why I use water? Okay, it's another question. This is a kind of dramatic atmosphere here. All these torsos in this. I found a postcard from the beginning of the century with forced labor. The abolition of slavery was already done, but I had the impression that it was very dramatic, using all these elements, bones, things from tradition, and then I needed to put some kind of calm atmosphere using water. And water, naturally, is the way people going in boats are sent to Brazil, United States, and so on, to America. And this is why I use water in a certain quiet ambience. But then I was rephotographing using my camera in the archive, and the result is here. The result is what you see.
juntar a joia do princípio. Porque no princípio eram eles e o bairro. O bairro, estudantes, operários, boêmios, pequenos funcionários, o povo. Um ritmo na pele de areia de um tambor chamado bairro operário. Eles e um bairro, 30 anos depois, o regresso dos filhos pródigos.